สวัสดีค่ะดิฉันพันหมอ Donna Robinson จากประเทศอังกฤษค่ะ
Dr. Donna relocated to Thailand 30 years ago. It was when her husband worked on the major infrastructure project in Bangkok. She was offered work with an NGO. Her life changed, and it was a huge culture shock for her. Dr. Donna couldn't work as a doctor in this country unless she obtained the Thai medical license.
It was a culture shock. I had lived in New Zealand and Hong Kong, but I was working in my regular job as a doctor, which is a good routine. But coming here, I didn't realize I was going to be writing proposals and projects for HIV and other public health type of work.
She decided to take the bull by the horns and did the medical license course at Chulalongkorn University, hoping she would be able to do the job she was passionate about.
In Thailand, expats will gossip and say, oh, no, you can't do this. But in actual fact, you can call up a government department or anyone and say, oh, what if I was to try this? Could I do it? Can you help me? And you'll usually get a very sensible and helpful answer. So I decided, in fact, I think I saw the dean at Chulalongkorn and said I would like to try for the medical license, even though it could be difficult. And they said, well, look, come here, here's an attachment, you could study this, and this. And at the same time, I had a private teacher too. So you can achieve a lot in this country.
It took her only 2 years to excel in the Thai language, pass the exam, and be able to work as a doctor in the Thai hospital.
At Chulalongkorn, I would practice. You would go on ward rounds and listen to tutorials, and the other doctors and nurses were always so helpful, explaining things in Thai, and I would look at Thai past question papers. I even used to carry a Thai dictionary, Practitioner, around then. But I remember there was very useful courses at the time at Sirira Hospital. There was a course, and you had to practice practical things in certain stations. It was similar to the UK exam, but doing it all over again. And I learned so much anyhow, it was worthwhile.
She has useful advice for new expats that even though it's very difficult, you will find your own niche eventually.
The other thing is I tell everybody, and often their patients, the people who find it hard, maybe the first 6 months after they've moved here, and then these are the people that usually go through some difficulty and then they really settle in. And these are the people who want to stay here forever, like me.
There are several factors that make Thailand's healthcare system outstanding, one of which is the passion and dedication of the medics.
I see people coming here from other parts of Asia, often military people as well, coming from the Middle East for regular checkups, and they come here. It's located, Bangkok is a central, anyhow, part of Southeast Asia, and combining with that, you've got a lot of competition. The hospitals are JCI, Joint Commission International accredited, the highest level. So everybody wants to follow the best international standard, or you would look pretty out of the picture if you weren't doing the same as all the other hospitals in Bangkok and all over Thailand. Price-wise too, it's competitive. And you learn from them too. The other thing is you've got great customer service. It's a natural in Thailand, the customer service and the quality of care. The doctors too, and they're great to work with. I learn every day. And the doctors too, they don't want to retire here. They're my inspiration. They love their work. I think I've just become so tired after 30 years.
Thailand was placed 6th in the world in terms of the strongest health security, according to the 2019 Global Security Index report. Another country from Asia is South Korea, ranked 9th. Dr. Donna believes that Thailand is still a medical hub in the region, despite struggling to cope with the third wave of COVID-19.
Well, I think the vaccines are progressing. Definitely look at Phuket and the numbers will drop. So your point of your question is, will Thailand lose because the numbers are rising? So I believe the numbers will decrease and the vaccine rollout will go pretty fast. Already it's starting to gain pace. Many times you think, what are they doing? But suddenly Thailand comes out tops and they surprise everybody. So I still have confidence.